Fridays to be rather deceiving. On the one end, it's the end of a school week. A lot of things are getting done. I always feel ahead of schedule. Fridays is always the day where I feel ahead of schedule because I only have one class on Fridays and it's only 15 minutes long. So, I feel like I have all of this time on Fridays to do all these things that I need to do. But inevitably, once Saturday comes around, I've gotten very far behind. And I'm afraid that's going to happen today because along with a lot of schoolwork that needs to get done, including writing 3 papers, which is a lot of papers to write in one weekend, I also have all of the laundry to do because Emily has decided that she is going on a laundry exodus and has washed her clothes the first time in like 3 weeks. And when she's wearing 3+ outfits a day, it's a lot of pieces of clothing. And of course, on top of that too, I have to go to Costco, which means today is going to be a day where I think I'm going to get a lot done, but in actuality, I'm going to get very, very little done, which isn't great. So I'm just about to leave for Costco, and I am realizing that despite the fact that I've been talking about this and telling myself that I'm going to do something about this, I still haven't taken any of the masks out of Emily's car. So Emily's car still has like 17 masks in it, and my car has this one really crummy, really tight, really sucky, dirty mask. But you have to wear a mask. I mean, it's not just about me, it's about the community, and obviously legal reasons too. It just sucks, and it's my own fault. I've gone to her car almost every single day, and at any point I could have taken a mask out, but I didn't. So now I have to wear this, which is... It's my own fault. So those commercials, I don't know if they have them anymore, but it'll be like, don't text and drive, and it'll be like, the last text they sent was, have a good day, or blah, 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 blah. Was it worth it? And sometimes I'll get texts while I'm driving, as I did today, and I'll think, if I die in a terrible car accident because of this text, will it be worth it? Now, of course, I never actually text anyone while I'm driving. That's incredibly dangerous, and I don't do it. But sometimes I go, yeah, it'd probably be worth it. I mean, it'd suck, right, if the last thing you send is like, I hate you, or, screw the police. Well, actually, that one would be fine. I don't know. Maybe like something... I guess I'm blanking on something that would be bad to say. But I imagine there's a lot of things like, eat the turkey first. I don't know. But honestly, like, if like the last thing you text is like, I love you, I mean, really, that's pretty sentimental. So you can go to a funeral and say that, and like, it's a great story. It goes on the news. You become kind of famous for it. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of upside and a lot of downside. Please don't text and drive. That's a terrible idea, and I don't do it. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna text and you're also driving, like, if it's already gonna happen and I can't stop you from it already happening, then like, make sure that whenever you send something a text, like while you're driving, like maybe have a little part at the end that's like really touching. Like maybe you should like write something down beforehand and just like put that in whenever like you're texting or like whenever you're driving. So like, just in case like you get into a terrible car accident, at least it'll be touching, and journalists will want to talk to your family, and you'll be on TV and all that stuff. Just an idea. So I don't know if it's because I have a list, or just because I really wasn't interested in today, or just because Costco was so busy, but I only got a couple of things. No distractions, no things I didn't need, just the necessities. Well, necessities and pizza, but I think we can all agree that pizza's a necessity. So it's time for my daily airing of grievances. Maybe I can have a cool, like, little slideshow thing or something. Probably not, though. I probably won't do anything in post, but just kind of close your eyes and imagine that's happening right now. Yeah, that's about what it looks like. So my airing of grievance today has to do with shoppers. It's just... Look, we all gotta go to the grocery store. I get it. We got things to buy, and Costco, I get that it's busy. I'm not complaining that it's busy. I get it. People need to go to Costco. Friday's easiest day. Fine. I get it. No big deal. What bothers me though is that people, first of all, they just stop. They'll stop right in the middle of an aisle, and it's just like, have just like the least amount of common decency. Like, understand that you are basically like, this is a roadway. Like, there are rules of the road. Just don't stand in the middle. Don't stop in the middle of the street, and don't stand in the middle of the street. You don't walk out into the middle of a busy highway and just park your car out there. Don't do the same thing in Costco either. And then the other thing is that people will walk at the world's slowest speed. I mean, like, I could literally see time itself pass these people by, and it is just so astonishingly frustrating. And I don't say anything because I have my common Midwesternness. I don't even add any passive aggressiveness. I just breathe and I get through, and it's just like, look, I'm not saying you have to walk as fast as I do. I know I'm a fast walker. I like to get from place A to place B. I like to be very efficient. I'm an efficient person. But have some common courtesy. If you're gonna walk slow, don't walk in the middle of the aisle. Move to the side so people can pass you by. It's just like driving. It's no different. The same rules apply. So why is it? Why is it that when people get their carts into the aisles, they somehow forget all of the rules of the road and just move like maniacs? It's just... and don't even get me started on people who leave their carts in the middle of an aisle and then walk away and then come back. Just have some common courtesy for your common man and woman and people. Just learn the rules of the road. It's really not that hard. So I'm a pretty forgetful person, and I forget most things. And one of the things I've forgotten recently is the rent. So I'm going to pay now. I can't pay it online because they charge an extraordinarily amount of extra money. It's like an extra $100 to pay it online, which, well, it's like an extra $100 like up to your rent. It's not that big of a deal, but that's like $1,200 a year. So I'm not paying an extra $1,200 to do it online. So I am doing it today. Luckily, the people that are where I live know us pretty well and like us. Otherwise, they'd probably be, pissed. And the other reason I feel at least a little bit guilty about not paying my rent on time, or I mean, it's within the first 5 days, so it's still like, it's fine. They get their rent. Is that, maybe I shouldn't say this on camera, but like, technically we can't like officially afford the cost of rent. I mean, we can pay it every month, and we do pay it every month, but like, you know how rent's only supposed to be 1/3 of your income? Well, that's a little different for us, and we're very well aware of that. And we just happen to kind of luck our way into this apartment, and we've never missed payment. We always pay our rent on time. We're good renters in the best of ways, but part of the reason we haven't moved in so long is because we know that if we moved, we'd be moving into a much less nicer place, because we just couldn't get into as nice of place with our current income. So we're lucky in a lot of ways, and we're grateful for that, but maybe keep that on the down low. So I love Emily. I promise. I really do love her. It's just, sometimes there's just a lot of things that need to be done, and that often means at the sacrifice of time with Emily, which I understand why she gets mad about. Of course she should get mad that I don't spend more time with her, but I feel like I'm being pulled in a lot of different directions now, and I feel guilty when I don't spend time with Emily. But then, all that comes together, and then I look behind me at all of this laundry, and I've already done about half of it. And then I think, well, yes, I feel terrible that I can't spend time with Emily. But on the other hand, she could do her own laundry. Now I know Emily does a ton of things. She cleans the bathroom, she goes, grocery shopping, she mops, she does, all kinds of things. She helps cook, she cleans the counters. And I'm not saying that, like, our work isn't equal. It's not what I'm saying. It's just, right now we both have a lot of things on our plate. And I get that. But Emily only has the one thing. And it's a very hard thing. I know it is. I know, like, working with dementia patients all day, like, I know that's tough. Well, I mean, I assume it's tough. I don't actually know. And I know that she has, like, an incredibly challenging thing going on. But, like, that's all she has is school. Like, that's it. And it's hard, and I know she's going to be a doctor, and she's got a master's degree and all this, but, I mean, I'm also a full-time student, and I'm also starting a business. and I have this vlog, and I have the podcast, and it's a lot. It's a lot, so I'm still gonna do Emily's laundry because otherwise it's just gonna sit here for weeks, but maybe I can convince Emily to start doing her own laundry in the future. So I did end up doing Emily's laundry despite the fact I told myself that I wouldn't, and I would begrudge her, and I would do all these things, but honestly it's not worth fighting, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, she has enough on her plate. The least I can do is do her laundry, even if that means I have to, read while doing it or do other things while doing it, which is fine. I did it. But I also had a friend come over. Well, employee friend person, and we worked, kind of. It's more of a tutorial and kind of talking, kind of hang out. It's kind of weird paying someone to basically hang out with you, but I suppose that's the only way I'm going to have many friends. So, I mean, hopefully they don't see me as just like their employer. I hope they genuinely see me as a human being and a friend, but I guess I'll take the employer over not having the friend. There's worse things in the world. Particularly second. So on Fridays we drive over to my mom's, don't we, Emily? Mm-hmm. And on the way over, I said, Emily, we should listen to LCD Sound System. And Emily, what did you play?
I played the Hamster Dance song.
Is that LCD Sound System?
Yes. Tell Andrew yes.
Hear that, Andrew? LCD Sound System, the Hamster Dance.
Same thing.
Who sings the Hamster Dance?
The Hamster Dance. The hamsters. The singing hamsters.
I don't think that's the name of anybody. It was awful.